Attention, people. Oh, tonight, we got a special guest tonight, family. You don't want to touch that dial. We got our brother, the Black Dot, in the building tonight. Oh, this is his contact. He's an author, media personality, artist, and much more. You can also text him via 917-810-3077. That's on his social media, IG. Also, urbanx, IG at urbanx _ New York City, NYC. And also at Black Dot Black Dot 1. And also they have a YouTube channel at urbanx TV. #1 father and son team in the world. Look, we'll be back with more of Black Dot right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. And today's topic is Ma'at to hip hop, old school to new school. Who is who of the hip hop rap culture? We'll be back. Don't touch that dial. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, and tell all your cousins that King Simon is coming on momentarily.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numero Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m., Papa Ashwa Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree / King Simon the Numero Beta, or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022, and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember, you can get my books also through Linktree. That's right, you can get my books via Linktree, and thank all of you for supporting my books, man. My books are selling, and the residuals are coming, and of course, it's allowing me to continue to do what I do, live and direct, whether we're producing events and all the different things that we do. All right, just remember, tonight, at the top of the hour, right now, it is a couple minutes before the top of the hour on the East Coast and all over the world. So it's a couple minutes before that, and we have the Black Dot will be in here. Of course, he's a producer, author, media personality, and so much more. So you want to tune in, lock in, don't touch that dial, and you know we got much more for you. Don't forget, make sure you go to his website too. Don't forget to go to his website through Linktree. You can go to Linktree / urbanx.nyc, or go to the www.shopurbanx.com, and we'll talk about that when Black Dot come up. Just want to remind people, of course, tomorrow, we will be broadcasting a special broadcast with eToys. It's an experience from her channel to this channel, just to build up the algorithm, build up her channel a little bit more, and send people to that channel. Make sure you befriend her. And we're going to be speaking about surviving domestic violence. So ladies, gentlemen, anyone that have survived any type of domestic violence, even children, because children have also survived domestic violence. Make sure you tune in right here, or go to eToy. It's an experience on YouTube. I'm just showing the sister some love. She's one of my business partners, so I want to show her that respect. And don't forget, on October the 2nd, we have the one, the only, I said, the Duke of Tears coming in, legend himself. The changing of the gods. We are the new elders. So you got to look at life as this, but as people are getting older and transitioning out of here, me and Asir the Ducateers, an old friend of mine, is going to talk about it 6 p.m. on Sunday, October the 2nd. And don't forget, on October the 4th, we'll be IG Live. We'll be doing the IG Live with designer and entrepreneur from out of the motherland, Kemi. She got a big fashion show coming up, and you don't want to miss it. Matter of fact, the fashion show is going to be happening on October the 22nd. So I'll be speaking to Kemi on IG at King Simon Productions and Chic in Prince. That's right, at IG. And don't forget, on Thursday, a special broadcast on October the 6th at 9 p.m. We have Dr. Alicia Watkins coming in live and direct. She is a licensed clinical therapist, relationship therapist, certified couples coach, and an author. She'll be with us on Thursday, October the 6th, with my special guest co-host, Majida Majade will be in the building. Special guest co-host is not only just a co-host, she's a journalist, a writer, an activist, and much more. So make sure you contact her via at Majida and Marjorie, and hit her up at Majida Majade or Majade at gmail.com if you want her to do any editing or writing for you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But she just wrote a special report on my particular YouTube channel at kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. So make sure you go to that website to find out what's going on. And don't forget, if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, at 3762 Campbellton Road, Southwest, I will be speaking alongside these great people and much more from between 3 to 9 p.m. And then there's an after party after that, but it's happening on Saturday, October the 1st. That's Saturday, October the 1st. And it's only $9 entry fee, only $9. The 9 of 9 Wands room. That's right. So big up to Sadiq and the whole crew that's opening that Sadiq series. So we're going to be there this coming Saturday. And I'll be one of the guest speakers. I think I get on around 6:30. So make sure y'all tune into that. And don't forget, on the 6th, also, my girl, the one, the only Adara Moselle, is doing the tantric body work, the touchless orgasm. Make sure you hit her up at Adara Moselle at IG. That's Adara Moselle at IG. And don't forget, October 9th, woo, y'all better get ready. Baba Ashra Kwesi is ready. Red Pill is ready. High Heels is ready. DJ Madaraka is ready. The vendors are coming in. I'm almost sold out of vendor space. And I'm like half full already with people. So we doing what we got to do to welcome Ashra Kwesi as he speaks about ancient African history and the origin of masonry. So make sure y'all be in the building. And if you want to find out further information and you want to get your tickets right now, you could either go to my link tree right now. Here's the link tree. No, that's urbanx link tree. I'm sorry. My link tree is this linktree/King Simon the Numero Veda. That's linktree/King Simon the Numero Veda. So if you want to be in the building, make sure you go to Linktree, and you also have options to pay through Cash App or PayPal if you don't want to go through Eventbrite. But you got to text me and let me know that you want to pay through that. And vendors, the last few vending spaces that I got, please text me at 347-496-1022. No food vendors, please. No food vendors. Queens Cuisine Atlanta 518 Soup Now is providing the food. So make sure y'all come on out to taste her vegan, vegetarian food. Absolutely delicious. And don't forget the Royal Chambers. Make sure you go over there, man. Enjoy my man Blue and Red Pill doing the 49 Bennett Street Northwest in Buckhead. Make sure you check out the Royal Chambers when you're in town. Check out the Royal Chambers when you're in town. Enough respect to old staff, everybody. Rashida, High Heels, everybody that's at the Royal Chambers, Malik, big up to all of them from the Royal Chambers. I will be there. So I think we might do an after party after this event. So I don't know if we're going to do that, but we might do that. I'll see what Red and Blue want to do, because it's only 25 minutes away from Stone Mountain anyway. Everybody can jump in the car and do what they got to do. And don't forget, of course, Ankara Fashion Show is going to be in South Florida with Kemi and the whole crew. It's a whole Afrobeat crew all happening in South Florida. That's Lauderdale Hill in Florida. So I might be there. So don't be surprised if y'all see me in the building, Florida. I might be there. And don't forget, on November the 6th, we got the tribute to the one, the only Dr. Sabi coming in, KT the Arch Degree, Victor Bowman, and of course, Mr. G will be in the building. Make sure you get your tickets at KT's website. That's soulionicsbotanical.com/events. And don't forget, I'll be back in Florida, baby. December the 4th. We're only doing one day. I was going to do 2 days, but I'll still be out there to do my have some fun at the Extreme Events place on Saturday. But Sunday we're doing a whole day. Billy Carson, Ellison Nedra, myself, Dina Devine, Joshua Sarah, and we might have some special guests. So make sure you get your early bird tickets right now for that one day from the beach to the venue. $111.11. You can purchase your tickets via Eventbrite, Linktree. You can go to my Linktree and go straight to the Eventbrite link, or you can purchase via PayPal or Cash App. And big up to Professor Griff, who will also be vending at my event. Big up to Professor Griff. He got that new book out, You Are the Song That You Sing. So make sure y'all support Professor Griff. Go to his website or give him a call at 678-557-2919. That's 557-2919. And remember, if you want those statement tees for vegans and much more, all you have to do is go to tees-and-things.com. That's teesandthings.com, and hit them up and get those vegan sexy t-shirts that you want to wear for yourself. And don't forget, me and the one, the only Etoy, Empress Etoy, got a special 10 minutes and 10 seconds pre-recorded session for the month of October. We are the producers. I'm the producer. She's the co-producer of the holistic numerovation. So she's going to drop it from her perspective, numerovation, and I'm going to drop it from my perspective. But it's a pre-recorded. You must text your first name and date of birth only, and then I'll send you the details on how you can pay for it if you want a brief touch-up, pre-recorded touch-up that you can listen to over and over and over again. And don't forget Lloyd Strayhorn, lloyd-strayhorn.com. Make sure you hit him up for his books. Do a astronumerology session with him, or you can also take his classes through his website. And don't forget, I got a 2-hour class on Udemy right now. That's udemy.com. Numerovation introduction is an introduction to numerovation. All you have to do is go into udemy.com and put in the word numerovation, because I'm the only one teaching it. Everybody teaching numerology. King Simon teaches numerovation. Stop playing. All right. I am the inventor and founder of that particular system. All right, good. And don't forget, if you want to do the full 8-hour raw uncut course right now, all you have to do is text me the word 347. Text me the word course to 347-496-1022, and I will hook you up. That's 347-496-1022, and I will hook you up. And don't forget, get my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, on sale now on Amazon. And all my books are on sale right now on Amazon. You can go directly to the Linktree /King Simon the Numerovator for the links. And don't forget, if you want to book a session right now, I have my sessions going into October right now. So you got, if you're born in October, November, December, January, February, right now, you can book a session and you'll get your session done, because my list is right now in October. And all you have to do is text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022, and you'll get it done. Before, of course, every show, content disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And also, content disclaimer: under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Yeah, family, are you ready to see your brother before I bring up my guest? Are y'all ready to see my brother? Are you ready to see your brother, King Simon, in the motherfucking building? Are y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready, but I don't know if these girls are ready for me. Guess what? I'm in the building. Let Yes. Let me straighten out my camera here. All right, so my brother is in the background, and I reached out to this brother here who is a legend. I call him a living legend, Virgo energy. Now, Virgo's in my chart somewhere, so I know I could get a little cray-cray. But I love it, and I love it. And I see him backstage, and this brother said, man, King Simon, I'll come up and do this with you, my brother. And I got to commend him, because he did a great job with KT, the arts degree case. KT, a round of applause. That's my brother. Oh, yeah, I was tuning in. That decoding, that whole Women King thing is, Lord have mercy. I went to see it the first day, and there was only 10 people in the theater with me. That was it. So, I understand they may have lost money, so it is what it is. But, I respect whatever they're trying to throw out there. But we also, the brother that I'm about to bring up, we grew up amongst the elders that was decoding stuff. And he was one of those people that was producing events also at Long Island University, him, Shabazz, and various other people. Big up to also the late, great big man and Hatshepsut, Sister Burke, and all the crews and all the people that came before me. Because I was doing more reggae back in those days and rocking stuff from the 80s until then I got back into the consciousness after leaving the ensemble and going into the nation. But this brother here is not only an author, superstar himself, but also an artist himself. He is the number one. Him and his son have the number one father and son podcast in the whole wide world. I want to welcome the one, the only, for the first time on my platform. I've been on his platform, but the first time on my platform, the one, the only, the Black Dot is the building.
Peace. Can you hear me, King?
Yes, sir. Peace to the Lord.
I appreciate the energetic, as always, intro from King Simon. I can already tell, what you was doing in the 80s and 90s, opening up for people, bringing that energy, because you brought the same energy to the lectures.
Yes, sir.
And got people to stand up on their feet and really give flowers to the elders.
Yes, sir.
While they were alive. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you. First of all, let's take care of business. Now, I found this on your Instagram. That 917 number is still good for people to text? No, yes, maybe so. It's on your Instagram, the urbanx Instagram. So I want to make sure.
A 917 number?
Yeah, it's a 917 number on the Instagram, bro.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, that is correct.
To text a message. Yeah, text.
Yes.
917-810-3077. Of course.
Yes.
Their IG is urbanx_NYC. And also you could hit them up at Black Dot 1, of course, on IG. And also their YouTube channel, urbanx TV, the number one father and son team in the world.
Yes.
I'm congratulations, man, because I watch y'all frequently, man, and I'm honored to know that my brother and two Virgos, which is interesting to me.
That's interesting. That is.
1 September, 1 August. It's interesting to me. That's a dynamic.
But the Virgo Septembers are different from the August.
Yes, they are.
So I had to learn that a lot about, the different, listening to you, and I understand we're different.
Y'all different. I'm telling you. And of course, this is their link tree. If you want to hit him up, a link tree is also on his IG. That link tree /urbanx also, and their website is www. You see the hat I got on, right? Conscious by Nature. I got that through your website. Yeah, baby, Conscious by Nature. Yes, I also got the Ashe too. I got the Ashe.
I saw that on you the other day. Yeah.
I'm gonna show you love, baby. All right. Make sure you go to that www.shopunx.com. Believe me, they got great quality stuff, and I commend them. Now, brother, I'm even ashamed of that DJ that did what he did, because his family come from the same place. My family come from Spanish Town, Jamaica. As I looked him up on the thing online, DJ Academics. I'm gonna say something to him, because. And family, this is the topic for today. Ma'at to hip hop, old school to new school. Who is who of the hip hop rap culture? Let's get that around the corner. Because this man here is a proficient historian in this. He wrote numerous books. I have all of his books, actually. I just moved to Georgia, so I got a lot of stuff still in packing stuff. I couldn't bring everything in. But I had to contact you, especially after what you did with KT and what I've been seeing you do on IG and all that, mentioning it. But I wanted to come from another angle, because he said something about people being dusty. And I love what LL came and did. I've seen what Russell came and did, and a few other the elders, even T.I. came in and chopped it in, you know what I'm saying? And what's so interesting about old school reggae, the older school reggae and dance hall artists, a lot of people don't know. And I got some, and you could Google this up, family. I want people to know that you could Google this up about those dance hall artists and reggae artists, like the original toasters, that what we used to call it in Jamaica. Count Machuki. Count Machuki was the inspiration for you, Roy, Shabba, and all of them that came up. And what's so interesting, he used to watch the jive-speaking American DJs.
Because remember, AM used to travel further than
international.
FM.
Yes,
so it reached the land, and it's online. I'm looking at it right now on Wikipedia. What it was, his whole biography, and it says he was born in Kingston, Jamaica. His name was Copper. Mr. Copper was his name. Born in 1929, and he developed. They said when the music played was largely American and R&B. His stage name was Count Machuki, derived from his habits of chewing matchsticks. And that's when they started saying that he started emulating the jive talk of American radio DJs.
Boom, drop a bomb to that.
I wish I had a bomb, but I'm putting applause. I didn't bring my bomb. I think I have gunshots. I think I have gunshots from that. Let's see if my gunshot work. Where's my gunshot? No, that's a whole thing. All right, that's what I have my gunshot. So, and then you, Roy, who's one of the founding fathers of toasting, that was his inspiration, Count Machuki. And then we had Mento and all that kind of stuff that came from West Africa and all that. That was all black. I got the whole history. If people don't know, I know my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when he said it, I'm saying this young man don't know his history.
Yes.
When you start calling people dusty, and then I watched him on the Breakfast Club, and he said he wasn't talking about everybody. But he did sound like he was generalizing, you know what I'm saying? So talk on that, my brother, please.
Well, first of all, he tried to move the goalpost.
Exactly.
Once LL checked him.
Yes.
Maybe he thought that statement would go unchecked. But what it says is that, the work we do is always to honor the pioneers and the elders who came before us. Because the esoteric principles of what we do has nothing to do with the monetary exploitations and the gains. We're talking about people who put in work so that we can still be here, so we can continue our ongoing fight. So when he makes a statement of that, it reeks of today's youth who are disconnected from anything spiritual and are dealing with an exoteric understanding of things, which is how much money you make, and if you ain't making no money, then you irrelevant. And society has done that to these young people. And they need to understand that the esoteric principles of everything we do is where the real power lies. But remember, most things esoteric are not for the masses, because it would be diluted and overconsumed and convoluted into losing its power. So what I was trying to do in my 90-second breakdown to him is give him the understanding of the seed, the branch, the trees, the different fruit. And once you pick a fruit, it continues to grow because the foundation is there. So every genre gets an opportunity. And then I try to top it off and let them know those who pick the fruit and put it in pretty baskets and go to the market and sell it may not be connected to its truest understanding. And then I threw a shot at them and let them know with the GMO fruit, which has no seeds. You know what I'm saying? To say, perhaps, you're from a generation that's seedless. So you just think you exist without us who came before you and put in all of this kind of work. So,
they got no nuts.
Yes.
Like that. Like that. Let's get that around us. Well, they ain't got no nuts. Yes. But what's so interesting and coming from his family, coming from Spanish Town, Jamaica, where my family was raised, right there where they call De La Vega, because the Spanish used to control Jamaica first before the English. Let's be real. Everybody don't know that. That's why it was called De La Vega, and that's why that part is called Spanish Town. You know what I'm saying? Spain had control, and that was the first capital of Jamaica. People don't realize that was the original before it moved to Kingston.
Before Kingston, so, wow.
Of course, everybody think Kingston are the capital, but that's not the case. And most of the artists, even when I was going back and forth, because I'm born here in America, my mother and father from Jamaica, so they used to take me back from one years of age to keep me out of trouble, all the way always going back and forth to Canada and Jamaica. To travel and get away from America, because there was a lot of stuff going on, especially in the 80s and all the madness going on in Flatbush. I was in Brooklyn, Fort Greene when 50 Cent was alive, the real 50 Cent. Exactly. Yes, I was in Fort Greene, living over there at Atlantic Terminals and all those areas back in Clinton Hills. And matter of fact, me and Biggie went to the same school. It's just I was older than him. We went to PS 11. You know,
Gotcha.
so I was right around there with A.A. Rashid at Gates Avenue in them area. That's where I grew up, around that area. So
Gotcha.
Tad and all that. So in Jamaica, I remember watching, you know, seeing James Brown albums there, Fantastic Five, and all the great older artists. So we mimicked a lot of the American artists from back in those days, even in how we delivered our radio conversation. Because like it said on Count Machuki's bio on Wikipedia, you don't have to, you don't have to go, but you could also go deeper in the research. Even the one who founded Studio One, Coxsone Dodd, used to travel back and forth to America to get music so they can sing it over, or certain rhythms they can bring back and then turn it into a reggae or a ska beat or a rock, what we call lovers rock or rock steady back in the day. So a lot of people don't know and I met. Let me people know, I met and worked with Coxsone at SOBs when I was running SOBs. We brought him and Monty Alexander, and I used to see KRS-One there because I was one of the booking agents with Larry Gold and everybody over there. So I seen the culture come through SOBs. SOBs is celebrating 40 years.
Yes, yes.
40 years. And I just called Larry Gold just now to leave him a message about, celebrating 40 years and doing all that. So he'll call me back by tomorrow. He probably home. He's too old for that stuff right now. But, but what I find, brother, when he said that, and especially coming from Jamaica, and like he's a young guy, he's 30 years old, so he probably really don't know.
Yes.
But even Kool Herc, I knew. And when they said Kool Herc used to bring out a sound system, I said, that's not bringing hip hop. I never believed that Jamaica was the founder of hip hop.
Right.
But they try to follow that narrative. But he used to bring sound systems just like we used to do in Jamaica. He took it from Jamaica and brought them big sounds out there and started playing music like we did in Jamaica back in the day.
Right.
But he can attest that if he grew up in St. Andrews, and he's a cousin to Beres Hammond, the major reggae artist. That's Beres Hammond's cousin, because I know Beres Hammond's little cousin, Sharon Gordon, and they all family. So I said, look at this. And then, but he's allowed that to. Have you spoken to Kool Herc? And why has he allowed that to foster for so many years? Because he's not the originator. He was there, but he wasn't the originator.
I go back to Herc's original statements when he said, when he came to America, in order to fit in, he had to dress differently.
Yes.
So dressing is a part of culture, right? Because he was get teased. I grew up and I had Jamaican friends, and we would tease them. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have the sheepskins and this and that. So most of them started dressing the way we dressed.
Right.
With that being said, Herc played records, but he didn't play Jamaican records.
Exactly.
He played James Brown.
That's what we grew up with. That's what we grew up with.
So he played those records, and he hung out around American, kids. So that means you had to do some adapting to American style.
Exactly.
There are people on the internet right now who are festering or trying to use divisive tactics to have Jamaicans against black people, Puerto Ricans. I don't want to feed into that argument, because whatever you want to say about Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe, they love hip hop. Exactly. They participated in hip hop.
That's right.
And maybe, somebody needed to just pull their coat and go, whoa, whoa, whoa. We give Herc credit. We give Herc credit for the breakbeat. Exactly. We give Herc credit for and he had the massive sound system, but we give Herc credit for the breakbeat.
Oh man.
And there are other components. Everything all right? Everything good?
Yo, Coolio just passed on, man.
Wow.
Rest in peace to Coolio. He born the same day as Professor Griff. He born August 1st, and so he just passed on. Somebody was putting it in the chat, and I was like, what? Okay. And I had to look it up, but everybody have it. Fox, all of them have it. Rolling Stone, everybody dies at 59. So Coolio, rest in peace. Another
rest in peace. And now we're honoring Coolio's contributions to hip hop in this moment.
Yes.
So we respect Kool Herc, but I think what happened with Kool Herc is because Kool Herc didn't put out any records, right?
Exactly.
He didn't think this thing was going to be a worldwide phenomenon like nobody else did. Yeah. So when Flash and all of them put out records, and now you revisit the history, they have records to say that we were here. And the Kool Herc and the Herculoids, even though they were prominent, they never put out any records. And I think it made Kool Herc a little bitter because he saw all of the money coming in from these artists but he helped build the foundation. So for him to feel, and Kool Herc, I love him, but he wasn't really approachable that much.
Yes, he wasn't.
I met him a couple of times.
He was kind of bravado big. He was kind of big with,
yes.
I remember.
It's hard to get into his mind for him to tell you exactly, what he was trying to mimic, what he was trying to do, and things of that nature. But he dressed American. He played American records. He had the massive Jamaican sound system. We give him that. We give him that.
Because that's what we was taught.
Right.
The people I just mentioned, Coxon, they had Downbeat and all that. They did all that big sound system, like Sting International.
I can hear his system from 4 blocks away. So we gave him that. And he would have other DJs like DJ Clark Kent, the Imperial JC. They would do the real heavy lifting of the craft. But Herc and the Herculoids were monumental from Cedar Park, because that's where I'm from.
Exactly, Cedar Park.
And because Herc wasn't open enough to just sit down and really, give his side of the story, it has left too much room for speculation. So,
brother, those that are just tuning in, please share, like, my rules already. Thumb up so we can build the algorithms. And of course, we got almost 200 people in here already. Black Dot is in the mother flipping building. Y'all don't understand. This is my brother. Me and him was hanging out with Professor Chris' wedding that time.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
On your birthday, actually.
On my birthday, yes. Yes.
That was good. People, please support the machine. Of course, we are content creators. That's my Cash App. That's my PayPal. I told you to send your Cash App, but I didn't get it. You didn't get it.
It's $ Black Dot, the Black Dot. Black Dot. No, $ Black Dot.
$. Let me make sure I put that up there because he is my brother. Want to make sure y'all take care of him. Black Dot. $ Black Dot. Correct?
Oh, it's the Black Dot. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's all right. It's all right. We got this. Okay, we can put this in. And how's the family? First of all, how's everybody? Your wife, the children? How they doing, brother?
Family is great. Malcolm is on his way to Cancun, Mexico. For his queen's birthday. Of course, that's right, my daughter's doing her last year of college, so she's good.
Yes.
My oldest son is raising his family. He's into real estate.
Right.
And wifey is actually watching the show.
What's up, wifey? And how's Eli? That's my man, Eli.
Oh, Eli's good. Eli's great.
Now, don't forget Eli. Yes. That's my boy now.
Eli's great.
And, family, a lot of people, after I've seen all the controversy and the arguments, we're broadcasting on Facebook, 2 channels on Facebook, and also on YouTube at King Simon Presents Only Quality People. That's what I call my channel. And, after seeing all the content, I remember meeting Fat Joe. I met Fat Joe with Buju Banton at a Tamika Reggae Awards years ago. We shook hands, everything, because I was one of the MCs and all that. So I met Fat Joe. Cool dude. I don't think Pun wasn't there. I don't think he was able to make it. But the whole controversy about Spanish people also being part of it. Now, what do you say? Because you grew up right there in the Bronx, bro. And so let's talk about that, please.
Again, perspective is everything. So
exactly.
When I speak of Spanish people, I grew up right next door. Exactly. And I'm talking about Puerto Rican people in particular, not Dominicans, not Mexicans, and all of that. So in the trenches, Puerto Ricans were always there. So when we speak about the growth of hip hop, they were there. Now, we all know that it's Black music, and salsa came out around the same time. So most of them migrated to salsa, which was more of their vibration. But we had plenty who said, nah, I rock with this hip hop thing. And I'm on the timeline in 77. Yes. So anything that happened before that, I can't vouch for. But from 77, there's always been Spanish brothers. We lived in the same neighborhood. We snapped on each other. We hung out, but we had a respect for each other. So when people outside of the Bronx and other places who have a different experience with Latino people, Mexican gangs coming in, and they clicked up with the Dominicans and the Latin Kings.
In Brooklyn, we had the Jolly Stompers and the young Savages. Young Savage, Baby Savage, Baby Skulls. We was there with them. They almost tried to get me in Baby Skulls. That was years ago.
Yeah. So your experience, I can't qualify or disqualify your experience. Exactly. I'm telling you, the birthplace of hip hop, or where it really had its pulse. Since I can remember, they were always there. And then it became a real tit for tat. Well, they didn't create it. I don't care who. Listen, we don't own it, King Simon. So we're making this big thing about we created, but we also created jazz, blues, rock and roll, reggae, all kind of music forms, and we don't own it. So why are we making a big issue about who created it when we know we're the creators of all these things? So I didn't have any problems. And Fat Joe's brother carried records for Grandmaster Flash. And carrying records back then was a big thing, King Simon. You know, that meant you was on the other side of the ropes.
Yes, sir.
You was important.
Yes,
well, what do you do? Shit, I carry records. That, you know, so you was down by law. Let's say, put it like that, when you carried records. So we do understand, you know, his significance and him feeling like this culture belongs to him because he put in so much work. You know what I mean? Now, outside of that, you may look at him as just some Latino dude who don't know what he's talking about. I can't vouch for. Same thing with Busta Rhymes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Who's been with, I remember him from Leaders of the New School. He opened up for me and Tim Dog out in Jersey with Leaders of the New School back in the 90s. So I remember him coming in and him putting in his work and love for the culture. And if Busta says something slick like, we have no culture or it's Jamaican culture, then why didn't you come out singing Jamaican from the beginning? Why did you sound American? And then as you built, you know, and got comfortable, then we started hearing about your Jamaican roots. So, you know, let's just keep it a bean. And part of the problem is because I feel we here in America, we're the amalgamation of so many different cultures because our people migrated from so many different places. When other people come to America, they have their culture intact, their religion intact, their language intact, their ways already intact. So they're able to move with a little bit more unison because they know who they are. They know who their God is. You know, us here in America who were brought here and robbed of all of these things, we've lost it. So we've been putting it back together. That's why we have the Moors and the Israelites and the Nation of Islam and this and that and the Christians. And we're all trying to assimilate and bring it all back together, so it looks like we're disorganized.
And that don't get it twisted. They dismantled too, brother. Especially for the British. The British. I mean, they still wearing the British wigs. Most of these guys. So they've been dismantled by the British, just like America's. Just that they got a different form of dismantling. Right. That's really what it is. So I mean, I respect even what Tariq Nasheed is doing because yes they have CARICOM, what they're trying to do to get their reparation in the Caribbean, and the foundation of Black Americans have to get their reparation. But I just hope that Tariq, and hopefully I can get him on one day, that he don't negate still the African connection, the Moorish connection, those connections. What do you think about that?
No, I agree because we still all one.
That's exactly.
You know what I mean? So everyone, listen, these Europeans owe everybody money. So everybody can get in line.
Exactly, every one of them.
They owe all of us money. So I understand him trying to muscle a little space for the foundational Black Americans. But let's not, because he did a documentary on the Haitians not too long ago.
And he got a Maroons one. He got the Maroons coming out.
He got the Maroons coming. So obviously he understands we are one movement, and these parasitic elite don't care where you from. You know what I mean? They don't care if you're Jamaican, Moorish, Israelite. They doing what they have to do. So I don't want that to get lost in our collective struggle and collective consciousness to get things done. So I'm always apprehensive whenever we start chopping things up on our own. The devil has already got us divided, but when we come in with a subdivision chop, now when it looks like we're strengthening ourselves, sometimes we actually could be weakening ourselves. You know,
always a chop coming in. Get out a round of applause. Always some chop. They always got to create another piece of the pie.
Yes,
always. And I'm kind of, I respect what Tariq is doing, but I'm kind of skeptical about what he's doing, because this whole thing, and this from when Tone and what's the other lady there that used to do their stuff, and you know, after the Garvey movement and all of the great ones of our past was doing trying to put this thing together. How can you still negate what all the rest of them was doing in their past?
Because when you take a hard stand like that, you're almost dismissing everyone who came to put in work here, and that I can't agree with, that I can't do at any cost. So I'm always telling people, you know, if this is your lineage, that's fine, and I understand that. But when we understand the global war that's going on, the global war, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we may speak a little different or have different, or we were dropped off at different places, because that's all the shit really is.
That's what John Henry Clark said.
Yeah, so we dropped off in different places. You know, we picked up the, you know, the captures, the ones who captured us. We picked up their cultural ways, and now we are stuck in a lot of that. So be careful what you give your energy to, because you know it's very important.
You Black Dot, you and your son and your whole staff, of course, the beautiful wife, everybody is a part of it, because it's not y'all doing it by yourself. Because I know she handles the board and do her thing. I gotta respect that, because I'm a board op myself. Yes. I'm doing all this by myself right now. Yes. So I know what this is. I come from radio, WWRL, LIB, BLS. I've worked on all those stations. Do you feel, Dot, from your perspective, that this, because reading your book, especially your books, do you feel that all this confusion can be operative from those ABC, those alphabet people? You know, whatever alphabet people they might be.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to hear. Give that a round of applause.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's what I want to hear, brother. Go ahead.
Now, I just saw a Panic do a 6-hour piece on.
Yes, I ain't watching yet.
I didn't watch. I watched bits and pieces, and he's talking about the CIA's involvement in hip hop from the beginning. And Panic is well versed in hip hop, so he knows.
With Marley Marl, he was with Marley Marl in the Cool.
So understanding any movement that we create, it is their duty to be on top of those movements as much as possible. And we're coming out of the civil rights, we're coming out of the Black Panther movement, and the music was a gift from our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop was a gift because it's alchemy. It's taken, it had no true form, you know, and we just kind of created it, but we created it for purposes greater than just entertainment. Once the devil got a hold of it, as he does everything, they begin to understand that, wait a minute here, with Public Enemy, Brand Nubian, X-Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers, KRS One, we began to use that platform to do more than just entertain. Edutainment became a big, powerful thing. And from that point on, just look at the timeline. When NWA and everybody else started showing up, this thing became more about, violence. It became more, and that's not a knock on West Coast hip hop, because I love them. But if we're going to be honest, we got to look at the entire picture. So to think that the government is not involved early on trying to be the gatekeepers of spiritual energy, because one thing we are always going to do, we are always going to rise as a people. So once they, the civil rights movement, you knocked off Malcolm and Martin, the Black Panthers rose and other groups began to emerge. And then they must have thought, okay, let's let them entertain themselves.
Right.
And, the 70s with some of the rappers, and they were dancing and partying, you know what I'm saying? The Grandmaster flashing them. It was party early on. But then when those I just mentioned showed up, it became, in Public Enemy, this became about business again. And that's when they knew, okay, now we got to shut this thing down, grab a hold of it, and make sure we only support and promote the agendas that we want. And as you know, you got all these young people,
yes, sir,
you know what I'm saying, coming up who are thirsty, who are hungry and looking for opportunities there, but they're so brilliant, they can rap about anything. So you got all these street narratives and all of this, because I didn't know I was poor. I was talking to my wife recently, and so these rappers started telling me I was poor. We all grew up in the hood. We all went to free lunch. We all hung out. You had a few kids who might have had a little more than others, but we all hung out together. And then the rappers, because even the athletes, remember, we knew that they were prosperous, but they didn't show it. Even the artists of the 70s, Al Green and them, we knew they were prosperous, but they didn't necessarily show it. It wasn't until the rapper who we were very close to, that came directly from our hood, started flossing on us and telling us we ain't it, that we began to realize that there was a financial gap between them and us. And we're like, wait a minute, did not just purchase your record? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it became this issue. And that's why we have somebody like Academics now far removed from any of those steps I just mentioned.
Definitely.
Talking about, we dusty and we ain't
crazy.
nothing. Yeah.
Well, family, don't touch that dial. I got to take this hard break right here. We got the Black Dot, our guest, author, media personality, artist, and much more. Make sure you contact him. You can text via 917-810-3077. Remember, hit him up at IG at urban_NYC. And don't forget Black Dot 1. And don't forget that YouTube channel with the #1 father and son team in the world. And don't forget their wife now. That's urbanx TV. And make sure you hit him up a Linktree. And of course, don't forget to shop at urbanx.com. We'll be back with more of this and more of you right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People right here on YouTube.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m. Papa Ashwa Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree /King Simon the Numero Beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember, you can get my books also through Linktree.
That's right. You can get my books always on Linktree. And of course, we are back and we are black with the Black Dot. We bringing them back in the building right here. What's up, Black Dot?
Yes, sir, man. Man, you got a lot going on over there, I see.
Yo, we came to Georgia to make it happen.
Yeah, man, that Ashwa Kwesi piece looked crazy.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be off the hook. We already halfway full, man. So we doing what we got to do. So I'm expecting the door to come. And Panic just did something over there because he kind of opened the vortex, and I introduced him to the spot. Black owned and operated place,
nice,
man. In Stone Mountain. This is that was his first time doing a lecture in Stone Mountain, Panic, and I was there to help coordinate the crowd. It was a big crowd, so it helped me to, how we do. We study what's going on, and it helped me to know how the crowd control what's going on and how to conduct my business when I bring my stuff in there. So
absolutely.
that's how we learn. I worked at SOBs, Urban Plaza, Palladium, all those different places. I just bring a lot of that energy to what I do. As you know me from even Parkside Plaza back in the day.
Oh, whoa, that was a spot.
See, people don't remember.
Oh, that was a spot. I got many memories up in there, bro.
Big up to Big Mama, man. She used to have all the strip shows.
Oh, yeah.
Big Mama, she passed on, I heard. So big up to her. We got the Black Dot family once again. We got our brother, and his whole family, his whole team. And again, rest in peace to Coolio. Coolio just transitioned at 59.
Yes.
His birthday just passed August the 1st. And do you know anything more about Coolio yourself as far as his history? I know you.
No. I remember, his music when it came out, but now I'm gonna do some research. And I'm gonna do what King Simon taught me. I'm also gonna do the numerology. I'll be doing the basic stuff. You got to get King for the advance, just to find out, any significance with this.
Well, it's interesting. He's an August 1st, and he's in a number 6 personal year, which is a health year and one of his challenge number years.
Okay.
Any even numbers are always the health numbers until it reaches the 9, and 9 is completion ending. So if you don't take care of your health through your 2, 4, 6, and 8 cycles, by the time you reach 9, either it's going to knock you out of here into a hospital or to tell your body to calm down, or you out of here. That's just how it works.
You know,
Gotcha.
so I tell people that pay attention to the patterns, cycles, and sequences. Numerology is not psychic, family. It's applied mathematics from an esoteric perspective. Let's get that right.
Yes.
Now, you know, you and your son and the staff, y'all must have a meeting to tackle all these different topics. Y'all got to be having meetings because the topics that y'all be pulling out, boy, and I'll be like, woo, yo, you gonna really go there, sir? But you said something about the Women King, and I like that you and KT, you know, moving right along, because all of that is about culture. Everything. And we know that a lot of the roots of our music, from Ma'at to hip hop, old school to new school, who is who of the hip hop and rap culture. I know Professor Griff pulled out something back in the day where he showed where the music and the dance was out of Africa and everybody doing their thing. It was a movie, a documentary on it.
Yes,
I forgot what the name of that documentary was, but it was a powerful. How do you feel about the how they doing movies, putting a lot of, and they was putting a lot of hip hop beats in the movie too? Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
Did you notice that?
I did notice that. And that was the subtlety to let us know everything is everything. So what me and KT tried to do, because he's a master movie decoder.
Yes, he is.
Is try to get people to look beyond the entertainment aspect, as the elders always taught us.
That's right. Exactly.
When you're being entertained or you emoting, you know, emotions, should we say, your chakras are open so they can download stuff. So while I was trying to tell my sisters, who I love, got a black mama, black wife, black children,
of course,
but we have to recognize your connection to Viola Davis and who she is does not negate the other things that are being conveyed in the message. And they're using a form of sorcery to get our sisters aligned there, where they almost draw a hard line in the sand and was ready to curse the brothers out because we were questioning the title and we were questioning some of the fabrication in the movie. And because they were so stuck on Viola Davis's magnificent performance, it negated their ability to use common sense and critical analysis and delve deeper into it. So I'm always telling people, go watch the movie. Sometimes you got to watch it twice. Go watch it to enjoy it. You know what I mean? But then you have to understand, why is this movie coming out now, right before Black Panther, which is already going to be depleted of male energy and going to lead to Avatar, which is going to deal with more feminine energy. Why are they lining this up? Because all of these movies are connected. So I just wanted to have I was glad KT brought me on to share some of those concepts with the White Queen. Remember, all of this is in the backdrop of the White Queen. Now we have a black man king. I mean, you know, a woman king, going at the same time doing Mercury retrograde in the sign of Virgo. And so we have to, at this point, this should be rudimentary for those who understand what's really going on. But it's still important for us to lay down those breadcrumbs so that we don't ever get lost in just the emotion of the cinematic presentation of the movie.
Now, have you been checking out what Professor James Smalls have been saying? You gotta go watch some of his breakdowns on Michael Imhotep's show and also on Hoppy, where he says there were, quote unquote, women kings, but that whole last part was about the balance, because we still need the balance while she ascended the whole throne. But I keep on saying, where is the language of the name of the royalty, what it means in African language, in the Benin or the Dahomey language? It wasn't king or queen, because that's European.
And see, that's my point. I was trying to say, us here in America, we are indoctrinized in the European language. So when we hear woman king, it is an oxymoron. So we can't vibrate higher than that frequency to get a greater understanding of that there were women kings and the true significance of such, you know.
And because remember, ancient language had masculine and feminine. So if you said Malik, you had Malika. If you had Allah, you had Alat. If you had, you know, that's what Dr. Ben revealed that to us. Even in Sheikh Anta Diop's book, let me show people Sheikh Anta Diop's book that spoke about the Dahomey. This one is the cultural unity of Black Africa, talking about some of these women had to cut off their breasts in order to be able to shoot an arrow correct.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff
Absolutely.
y'all ain't ready to do. A
Right.
lot of stuff ain't ready. But again, what is the African language for royalty? And remember, it's a duality. It's a
Yes.
duality. And I like that you and brother KT pointed out about the root word of king, which is, I've always said, that's why I call myself King Simon, because
Yes.
of kin,
Yes.
kin, a family breakdown, transition from family members to the next family. I understand that. So
Absolutely. But
please.
for those 85% of our brothers and sisters who don't understand that,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we're in America already, they got us pitted against each other, male and female, which is all fabricated stuff. To me, that fuels the fire more when you see woman king, and we're already going through what we're going through. So it was a subtle way to introduce higher vibrational concepts to a low vibration people. And only the ones who can resonate above the nonsense can truly appreciate it. And everybody else is going to be scrambling. And we got women saying, well, that's right. And this and that. And I'll kill that nigga too. And this and that. And it just further an agenda. So we got to be careful. And that's all I was trying to point out. Let's not fall for the agenda of the craziness.
And that's why this beautiful woman was so significant.
That's
why this brother Neely Fuller was so significant. Her teacher, the compendium, of course, the compensatory of the code, the system, the concept. Right? These two books are so important. Neely Fuller Jr. and of course his student, Dr. Frances Cress Wellesley. Now you have seen her, I have seen her, we have heard Neely Fuller. What do you say about how does her word, and Neely Fuller is still alive. His birthday is coming up October the 6th. So he's still alive, but he don't talk as much. But how do you feel her words and what she taught impacts what that movie came out to do as what she used to teach about?
Her book is so important. I refer that book to people more than any other book because it shows you in your everyday life. See, their magic is in your everyday life. What appears to be subtle and mundane. So the pool table, the sports you into. So she pulled back the veil on that so that we could really delve deeper. It is one of the most important books. It's the only book she ever written, if I'm correct, right?
Right.
It is one of the most important books of our time in understanding, decoding, and the subtlety of the war going on between them trying to destroy us with image, them trying to have us perpetuate something other than ourselves. Her book is critical. And of course, her teacher, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Neely Fuller, what he does just adds to that. So that book changed my life. ISIS Papers. I mean, and somebody handed it to me and I was like, ISIS Papers. And when I got done, bro, I couldn't close my eyes, my first eye ever again. So of course, we knew the sister well, and got to build with her and feel her warm touch and everything. And I couldn't thank her enough. So no, that book is important.
And you know what's so funny? I've met her numerous times, and it was Dr. Khalid, may he rest in peace, Muhammad, who introduced that book to us on the stage. Sometimes in the FY class, he'll always run down books, Dr. Ben, everybody, and all that stuff. And it's certain, but it was him that made me sort her out. And then when I was building the study group of the Nation of Islam, helping to build the study group of the Nation of Islam in Canada, Montreal, Canada, and I brought Khalid in. I taught on justifiable homicide, chapter 15. And right now, what they're doing, not only in hip hop and through movies, is trying to justifiably destroy and homicidically put the man out, destroy manhood throughout music and throughout movies. What do you say to that?
It's blatant nowadays that the masculine energy is being removed in all facets of life. And I tell people all the time, these people, they move forward and they never move back. So they never retreat. That's a war tactic. So they keep moving forward. We will act like we're concerned, or y'all got to stop doing this. But they never move back. They keep going forward. And before you know it, we have no men. We have no men here to fight. And once you take the male out of any equation, the family is always going to be in chaos. And a lot of our sisters, the point I was trying to make in the movie as well, a lot of our sisters feel like they have to become women king, or you know what I'm saying, to survive this artificial terrain here in America. And because you know what has happened to a lot of the black men, the incarceration rate, the drugs, the crime, and all the things that have systematically been put in place to destroy us, and our women have to take on roles that may be other than themselves naturally. So they may have to symbolically cut off one of their breasts so that they can hold that you know what I'm saying, that arrow and protect the babies. But that's a systematic thing. So as a metaphysician, we always go to the cause and not just the effect. And they got us rumbling in the effects of mud while they at the cause anchoring it and architecting the whole thing the whole time.
And as they're doing this, they're using, you know, Viola Davis did a great job in it, and all the people, all the sisters did a great job. Viola Davis being the Leo, she's born August the 11th.
Okay.
And we're in the Aquarius age, and Aquarius is the opposition to Leo, or the complement, depending on how you look at it. The complement of Leo. So she being a Leo, August 11th, which is the master number, she had to master her body and get it all bulky. Even she was saying that she had to get it all bulky. So she's looking no different than Flame Monroe right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Who says she's he, we, and she? That's what she calls. So
absolutely.
That's woman king, he, we, she, tranny. That's where it's taking you to. The tranny thing.
Yes. And then optically, remember, optically, our women are soft and gentle and feminine, but strong, super strong. But when you have to take on that embodiment, so even though it was taking place in an ancient time, it just was reminiscent of how a lot of our women feel today, whether right, wrong, or indifferent, that they got to be hardened because the brothers haven't. But, you know, we're in a war here, and it's imperative that we don't just surface gaze. We understand that we're in a war. So we're in a war. We got to identify the enemy. I'm not your enemy. I'm going through the same things you going through, a different vibration of it. We got to identify the enemy and stop letting them use our magic, because I've never in the history before saw a people create a music that now we're literally degenerating each other. We calling ourselves, we're killing each other. We're calling our women out their name. Because even in the 80s, bro, the music was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about love. We spoke about family, just my imagination. And then it was an abrupt turn. And now we are at war with each other. We're doing things that I didn't think I would see in my lifetime. And something so spiritual has turned into a low vibration. So some of what Academic was saying is correct. The way he said it was incorrect. If you want to get people's attention, you got to go about that a little bit different than to call people dusty and broke and make it seem like they're significant or their contributions to where you sit right now, calling yourself a DJ. And I ain't never heard none of his parties. I ain't heard none of his mixtapes. I ain't heard nobody say, yo, son, you know who rocking tonight, right? Academics.
Me neither.
Ever. So that, you know, a dude buy a set of turntables and think he a DJ. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. It don't work that way. So, but him being 30 plus years old, not understanding, and him just, you know, speaking on. And another thing I want to speak on real quick, King Simon.
Please, let's do it.
When he speaks about the monetary gains today, what I need him to understand is, Claude Anderson broke it down lovely when he said, we haven't elevated since 1865 collectively. So an example of that is this. Let's say hip hop music, and I broke this down on my podcast. Let's say in the whole 80s, it made $100 million. The artist take of that was probably just 10 million, which was split amongst every artist. But nowadays, hip hop has made $100 billion. So obviously our take is still 10%, but it's $1 billion or whatever the case may be. So it gives off the illusion we've made more money, but it's the same 10%. It's the same piece of pie. It's just that the pie is bigger. And that's the way they move the scale using economic sorcery to give off the illusion that you're doing better. but because this one has a label or this one owns their right, but we own the same 10%. So how have we elevated? So don't get caught in numbers, because these people are masters at numbers,
yes,
and manipulate numbers.
Yeah, especially in the computer world, especially in all of that unnatural world.
It.
Let's give Black Dot a well-deserved round of applause. Go to his Cash App. Spread love, spread love. $ the Black Dot. Show him some love. You know, Dot, you know what's so interesting? What I've seen over the years, me being in the reggae and hip hop community, because I used to be a DJ mixing and scratching when I was young too. Matter of fact, the first time I ever seen my cousin was a DJ, Mickey Frost. He used to call himself back in the 70s, and he used to mix with 4 turntables and all that kind of stuff back in the day, and show how love is the message, all of that was doing, and they connect everything. But you know, from your perspective, you know, the death rate of hip hop music, I want to go that route, because I think they started testing the grounds in reggae. They started killing a lot of matter of fact, Supercat 10 to 15 years ago did an interview where he was followed home by a particular unmarked car in Long Island, and they came out to shoot after him. But Cat was one of those people that always carried his gun. Remember, he was on major record labels.
Yeah,
so take his royalties.
I had a chance to meet him.
That's my boy, man. Cat is a good brother, man.
Yes,
I worked with Supercat, Shabba, all of them back in the day, but it was a lot of DJs that was just dying off unexpectedly. Tennyson got killed all of a sudden. Different artists was dying off of these type of diseases, the Trevor Sparks, but we don't know where their royalties are going. Yes. It's all on these labels, but we don't know where their royalties are going. And Supercat being one of the main artists, because remember, he was signed to those big labels, doing things with Heavy D and everybody.
Was with Columbia Records too.
Columbia Records. Yeah. All of a sudden, he almost got killed. And then what's so interesting, he said they sent a letter to him about royalties to his house, saying that, paraphrasing that, the late, his original name, was getting. So what's going on now that in this day and time, all these rappers are just dying off of these labels, or whoever they're connected to these labels? Do you feel that there's some type of conspiracy now?
Absolutely. I don't even think it's a conspiracy. When we look at what Empire Records in particular has done, I follow anomalies. I always tell the people on urbanx, before I pull my shoulder out, you know what I'm saying, and start reaching, you know, for conspiracy theories, I try to go straight down the middle. It is almost anomically impossible for that many artists on one label to just be dying like that. Right. Exactly. So about 6 or 7 artists, they all wearing the ring, Pop Smoke, all of them. The PNB, which by the way, they caught his killer today. And it was a 17-year-old, and his father was the getaway driver. Bizarre stuff.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah. So back in the days, they've been killing artists for a long time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We speak about Sam Cooke and a lot of these artists that they orchestrated to make sure you make the music, you enjoy it, but you will not leave here with that catalog, because the catalog is almost like the Ark of the Covenant in terms of your spiritual containment. Your energy has went into this body of work, and that body of work is magical. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you take something unseen and make it seen, or unheard and make it heard, these are the magical properties that we have been bestowed with on us. So we do it naturally, and hip hop was no different. The ability to speak words which carry thought into geometrical patterns to help us figure out the matrix itself. This is how we get through this, through breaking down the linguistic of the English language and other things so that we can decode it. These esoteric demons are not stupid. They know who you are. Just like King Simon does the numerology, they do the numerology. Of course they do. And they do a deeper verse because they want to know, who am I dealing with? Because this nigga don't know who he is, but we know who he is based on his energy, his timeline, when he came in, the star configurations, and Bobby said it best. Yes. They looking for the rise of a new Messiah, but music will be that new Messiah. So when hip hop emerged, I saw it as, well, I didn't see it at the time. I was a kid just enjoying it. Yes. But when I sat with the elders and got my instruction, I revisited and said, no, this music had Messiah potential the way all of it does, and Bob Marley and this and that. So it is their job to make sure the gatekeepers dilute, confuse. But once you make these creations, it's now their job to make sure you don't leave with it. And for rappers, it's very easy since they're already preaching violence on each other. They already have street violence and gangs and hatred toward each other.
Yes.
So it's not very hard to bring somebody in, an agent, an op, and create confusion to knock them off. Back in the days, it was a little harder because they were preaching love and had a different energy. So you had to really orchestrate how you knocked off some of these artists. You're not going to tell me Prince didn't get knocked off.
Yes, right.
You're not going to tell me Michael Jackson didn't get knocked off. You're not going to tell me Whitney Houston didn't get knocked off. And then they knock her daughter off because she was the inheritant of. So you're not going to tell me, but these rappers have a low-hanging fruit. They've made it very easy for anybody. And we got to understand the way the government got people in all of these organizations.
Yes.
FOI, Nation is all
Moors,
gangs,
everybody.
It's their job to do so. So including the Bloods and Crips. So it's easy for them to move along the street vibration, bring their man who just got out of jail and tell him, listen, if you want to stay home, we got a mission for you. He gonna make that happen. So these artists now, and I think they're taking out these huge life insurance policies on these artists as well. Because every time you sign a contract, there's a life insurance policy that goes with it to protect the investment of the record label. Somehow they may be even getting bigger record life insurance policies, knocking these guys off, getting the life insurance money and the damn catalog.
You know, and Black Dot is in the building. Before we ain't gonna keep him too long because he got his own business he got to take care of too. So you know, one more thing before I know people, I asked people to put questions in it, but they didn't put any questions, so I still have more questions. Yes, we do know that Coolio passed on. We did show our salute and respect earlier, so people posting that we already know that he passed on at the age of 59. And Black Dot, of course, is going to do something on him because that's what he does. You know, and please, family, just remember. You know, one more thing, Dot, is that what I find it hard to take is what is happening as far as the men and women in the music business. The fighting, the in-house fighting, shooting, Megan Thee Stallion getting shot, and this all kinds of stuff going on, man. And this is all a part of the agenda, family, to separate us through the music also.
Yes,
through the music, but yet, you know, I remember when we was talking about the message, and we was talking about self-destruction, and although when the Nation of Gods and Earth, the Nation of Islam, was synonymous with hip hop and all of that, just like Rasta was synonymous with reggae, but they moved it to gun music, and now this is gun music, and Jamaica is gun music. The only thing that's having fun is soca.
Yes.
Having fun. And Machel Montano, a good friend of mine, just sold out the Barclay the other day. Just sold out the Barclay, celebrating 40 years. So they still having fun.
Yes.
But we, in the major genres that reggae is in Grammys, hip hop is in Grammys, they're killing each other or promoting death, kill music. You remember that old movie that Wesley Snipes was in, you know, Death, Kill. You remember when he was blonde hair? I forgot the name of the movie, but yeah. What do you say, and how can we bring a solution? How can we bring back the knowledge and bring back the message into this stuff? Because I know there's artists that's doing it, but they're not getting enough play. So how can we infiltrate this now that we have social media and everything? How can we infiltrate?
Well, we're going to have to band together to make that happen. And what I mean by that is we're going to have to use all of our small sites to create a big network. And what I mean by that is each and every one of us has a podcast. There's no reason an artist like Cambada or Cyrock and them should have to even contemplate, not that they are dealing with mainstream. They should be on a tour from city to city, network and organized by us from podcast to podcast to podcast, because we're in a fight. And we're in a fight against a machine. And just because there are no more record labels per se, they are not relinquishing their hold on this for esoteric reasons, let alone the monetary gains that they are going to continue to benefit from. So we have to understand, not only are they benefiting financially off the confusion and craziness, esoterically, they have put a cap on how we can express ourselves and move forward to unite our people. So you don't see a lot of artists today, excuse me, and because they all run by corporations now. See, in the 80s, an independent artist or KRS-One who still does his thing, and a lot of these artists had an opportunity. They were the voice of the people because they were sponsored by the people. Now all of these artists are sponsored by corporations. I say corporations rule everything around me. Cream, get the money now, because now if the corporation does not agree with any message that you're delivering, you thinking more about that money that the corporation is paying you than the freedom of your people. And we saw a lot of that with the jibbity jib and all of that stuff over the last couple of years. You saw people step out and be uncharacteristic. And then you saw people who looked like they wanted to say something but couldn't because out of threat of losing. So we have to be independent. It has to go back to the independence of the people sponsoring you. Definitely. Once the people sponsor you, you pretty much can say what you have to say. Now, are you going to lose some financial benefits here and there? You will, but that's not why you're here. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand there's a balance to that. And today's young people are only thinking about money, how they can get money. And as long as the corporations know that, they're going to always give you a Pepsi deal. That's what the 360 deal is about. That's right. So that no matter where you making money, we owe you in some kind of way. And if you step out of line and say something we don't like, we take your deal away. You know what I mean? So until we get back to the true independent essence of our culture and have the people back us with their money, with their networks, and we create the Underground Railroad, a digital Underground Railroad now, where if I got an album coming out, I should have 100 interviews. I don't care if you just watch King Shaman's show. Now I'm going down to Griff's show. Now I'm going down to Red Pill show. And then do all of these shows. You know what I'm saying, that you used to have to do physically. Now I can sit at home doing. And then when we set up the performance, I need to know that brothers like King Simon, who know how to do this, is the point man in this city. I got a point man in that city, and let the people come out so that I can say what's on my heart and know that I'm going to speak truth to power. You know what I'm saying? And that the ancestors are going to be proud and the people are going to support me. And I don't have to go, well, I would help you, but Pepsi's paying me $2 million and y'all are only doing this.
Again, we just had the great Black Dot in the building. Lot of mercy, Black Dot. Gotta send them shots.
Appreciate it.
My brother, I appreciate you and your whole family, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole kit and kin. I appreciate you 100%, my brother. Again, family, go to his link tree to /urbanx.nyc, and of course his website, www.shoburbanx.com. You see that hat I got on? Stop playing. Also, don't forget, man, this is the number you can text him at 917. It's on his IG, so that's why I put it up there. 810-3077. Of course, his IG is at urbanx_NYC, and of course at Black Dot 1, the YouTube channel with the greatest team. Seeing the father and son work it out, my man Malcolm and the whole family, and the whole team is a family business family.
They
even have classes on how you can build your own business. Make sure you hit them up and show them some love, man. And of course, this is the Cash App, baby. This is the Cash App. Spread love,
sock it to my pockets.
Sock it to them pockets.
Sock it to them pockets.
Once again, my brother Black Dot, thank you very much for coming on, my brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, King. And we'll be working soon in the future.
Definitely, peace. Brother. Peace. All right, one love. That's my brother. Woo! Yeah, we had a good time, man. Lord have mercy. Oh, I made it with one of the legends. Family. Let's throw some gunshots in that one. Oh man, he tore the place up, man. Oh yeah, I got my gunshots now. Y'all know what gunshot means forward and we rewind. You know how Jamaicans do. We have gunshot, a pure gunshot in other place with Jamaicans. Family, 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 family. First and foremost, if you're going to hang out with me for the rest of this program, because you know I'm going to run my commercials right now, but I do have Dr. Blair's prayer. And I like to leave with Dr. Blair's prayer because it's a special prayer that he gave us over 20 years ago. And it's called Please Universal Creator. You know, I always leave with that. So, but if y'all can hang out, look, I gotta shout out, of course, the programs coming up and everything else coming up. All right. So don't go nowhere. Just follow me. Of course, again, we just had the one, the only Black Dot in the building. We're gonna send enough respect to him all the time. Let's get that applause. And of course, we just had Black Dot on. And don't forget tomorrow, family. Y'all you know people that have suffered from surviving domestic violence. You know people that have suffered from domestic violence. We're going to be doing a special broadcast as we do eToys. It's an experience. We're going to broadcast her program through my broadcasting. And I want y'all to check out this sister, Sacred Woman, under Queen of Four. This one is Samanica. She's going to be coming on to speak about surviving domestic violence. And you know you have children, you have men that have survived it, but mostly women and children that have survived and went undergoing domestic violence. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow right here at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And don't forget, on October the 2nd, we got the legend himself, the God himself, Isaiah the Duke of Tears, coming in on October the 2nd. And don't forget, on IG, we'll be interviewing this beautiful sister named Kemi. She is a designer, entrepreneur, and she's having a major fashion show coming up in South Florida, in Lauderdale, Florida. And I might be there in the audience hanging out. So make sure you tune into that IG Live on October the 4th. We're going to tear it up. And don't forget, we got the interview with Dr. Boyce Watkins' wife. Dr. Alicia Watkins will be in the building on October the 6th. That's Thursday, October the 6th, with special guest host Majida Majade. She'll be in the building. One of my special guest hosts will be in. Majida Majade is not only a journalist, a writer, an activist, and so much more, a mother and all of that, but she does great work throughout the community. Make sure you hit her up. And don't forget, this coming Saturday, we will be at this place, and it's called the Nine of Wands Room. That's right, holding space for masters of the new school. And it's going to be happening on October the 1st, and from 3 to 9 p.m. is the speaker session. And then they're going to have a like after party after that, and vendors and all that kind of stuff over there at 3762 Camp Belton Road in Southwest Georgia. So, and it's only $9 to get in. So come on out if you're in Georgia. Come on out if you're in Atlanta. Come on out. We'll be there. And big up to my girl, the one, the only tantric healer herself, Adara Moselle, is having a tantric bodywork touchless orgasm online and in person. Make sure you hit her up at Adara Moselle on IG and hit her up. She's one of the students of the great Master Yao. Okay. And don't forget, of course, this is happening. Baba Ashra Kwesi, Red Pill, High Heels, DJ Madaraka, King Simon. We will be in the building, and a whole bunch of vendors, but we're going to have the good food. We had a food tasting event at Queen's Cuisine Atlanta recently. The food is good, what we're going to have there. So make sure you come on out. We're going to have people giving you free samples so you can know what you want to buy. They're going to give you menus, all of that. We're going to handle this like real business, a real African, Moorish, melanated carbon market is going to happen on this particular day. So if you want to get your tickets right now to come on out, remember, young people are free from the between the ages. I want young people that's not going to make noise too much. Between the ages of 5 and 13, babies, if y'all can keep them quiet, it's all good, because we don't want to disturb the lecturers while they're speaking. But young people are absolutely free until the age of 13. All right. And you can go to my Linktree/King Simon the Numerator. That's Linktree/King Simon the Numerator. And if you want to do Cash App or PayPal, you just have to text me at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And that's Baba Ashra Kwesi and Red Pill in the building. And don't forget Royal Chambers. When you come to town, Red Pill, Blue Pill, and Brother Malik and High Heels and Rashida, they all have a new venue where you can do cultural
vegan wine, cultural mixes, all kind. They're gonna have a comedy night. They're gonna have a Afro night, Afro beat night. They're gonna have all of that going on. So enough respect to Red Pill, Blue Pill, Malik, High Heels, and the whole crew that's over there at Royal Chambers. And I already told you about the Encara fashion show in South Florida, and that's gonna happen October the 22nd. Make sure you check that out. I'll be there. All right. And don't forget, November 26th, we're saluting Dr. Sabi. Dr. Sabi with KT the Arts degree, Mr. G, and the special guest will be Dr. Sabi's son, Victor Bowman, will be in it. You know, Mama Pill gonna be in the building. You know, Blue and Red is gonna be in the building. So don't forget, we saluting Dr. Sabi that day on November 26th in Atlanta, Georgia. And don't forget, if you're in Florida, or if you can make it down to Florida and hang out on the beach in December, because it's gonna be cold in certain parts up north, you want to hang out on the beach for at least 2 days or a day, we're gonna have Billy Carson, Ellison Nedra, myself, Dina Divine, Joshua Sarah, and some other special guests. So if you want to go to my Linktree /King Simon, the Numero Veda, and buy your tickets, right now the tickets are on sale for that one-day event. I'm celebrating 27 years in production and promotion that day also. So make sure y'all come on down and let's have a good time. From the beach to the venue, we're gonna have a good time, all right? And don't forget, Professor Griff will be vending at my event his new books and all his other books. You Are the Song You Sing. So Professor Griff, make sure you salute him and give him a text at 678-557-2919. And don't forget teesandtings.com, teesandtings.com, statement tees for vegans and much more. Hit her up, sister's been advertising and working with me. You know what it is. And don't forget, hit up Lloyd Strayhorn, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. That's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Get his books, take his classes, all of that. Hook up Lloyd, that's my baba. And don't forget, we got a special 10 minutes and 10 seconds pre-recorded session from both of us for a certain price. Holistic numerovation from a male and female perspective. We're going to be dropping it. Text me for details, 347-496-1022. You will not talk to us. You will just get a recording for 10 minutes and 10 seconds just to fine tune what's going on. We just need your first name and your date of birth, and we'll hook you up, all right? And don't forget, if you want to take my class, go to udemy.com right now. Go to udemy.com right now and punch in the word numerovation, and you can take my 2-hour introductory class right there on udemy.com. And don't forget, if you want the full course 8-hour meal that me and this beautiful sister produced, all you have to do is text the word course to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And we will send you the details. It is $333, and you'll get the links and you'll watch it at your own convenience and learn at your own convenience. But remember, study, 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 and then study yourself, your family, and everything else around you when it comes to numbers. All right. Get my book. My book is on sale right now on Amazon. Numerovation for Mental Stability. And all my books are on sale right now. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. No promotion is bad promotion. And don't forget, numbers are simple. Children's health is important. That's my children's book for adults also, because some of y'all are acting like children also. And if you want to do book a session with me, all you have to do is text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. If you want to book a session with me, that's 347-496-1022. And remember, the study of numbers, which is called numerology, is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will guide you. I'm telling you. And of course, you know, I always got to put the disclaimer up. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And also disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Family, I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and drop some knowledge. I want to thank the Black Dot for coming through and dropping that wisdom. I'm so happy he was able to make it tonight. All right, family. Thank y'all very much. We're going to close out with prayer. Prayer time. Prayer time. Those who don't know who Dr. Delbert Blair was, please go and look him up right now. And if you want to buy any of his books and his download, his DVD downloads, his audio downloads, go to his website. Go to Dr. Blair's Legacy Shop at www.themetacenter2.com. That's www.themetacenter2.com. themetacenter2.com. And if you do want to keep this universal prayer in your phone, take a snapshot of it now. I'm giving you a chance to take a snapshot of it right now. Take a snapshot of it right now. This is a prayer that Dr. Blair gave to us 20 to 25 years ago for us to say constantly, to give us some motivation, but also to give us a healing and allow the universal creator that resides in all of us to guide us and protect us. So we're going to say it right now. Everybody take a deep breath, relax. Even if you're driving, relax. Just listen if you can't drive and say anything and talk. I understand. All right. We're going to take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, go to the website and check out his website. Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet that we live, which we live on now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth and your love now. Let me say it again. Please, universal creator, know in our hearts that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. Blair. You don't know who Dr. Blair is. You've been living under a rock. You don't know who Dr. Blair is. You've been living under a rock for years. And if you're new to this channel, share, like, and go and check out. And remember, I always close out with Dr. Blair's prayers. All right? I just want people to know that. Those that are new to my channel, I go through my commercials and I close out with Dr. Blair's prayers because we all need prayer. And remember, as I used to learn from back in the day, meditation is when you talk to the creator that resides within you and through your whole essence. Prayer is when you talk to the creator that resides within all of us, the creative force, the energetic forces and ancestry in our divine bloodline. But meditation is when we listen to that creative force, that divine message, that inspiration that we need. So please, family, be mathematically strengthened. Be numerovated in every way. Check me out on IG because I break down the numerovation all the time. Wisdom that our ancestors had gave us to remind us. Remember, astrology, numerology, and all these great ologies, studies of something, came back through us to help guide us to be our great self again. Because they knew we was going to lose our way. They knew we was going to lose our way. Let me say it again. They knew we was going to lose our way. So these systems, these modalities came back through us to guide us back to the original us. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. And in the immortal words of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, one love, one aim, one destiny. Up, you mighty nation. You could accomplish what you will. And the immortal words of the one, the only late, great Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Regardless of land, label, or language, there is but one creator. I love y'all, family, because I love myself. Peace and take care. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Base. Get all 4 of my books. And of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Number are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m. Papa Ashwa Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree/King Simon the numero beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the numerational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember you can get my books also through Linktree.